day, my phone call is always around noon. It's like, Matt, how's it looking? Anything? You know, because he's there in the pool house editing away on the Demon, and he'll go, yes, great, super, great stuff, da, da, da. Oh, you know what? I think we're gonna have a problem right here. Okay, then I take it serious, then we meet at night, regroup, we talk about it, look at it, come up with a solution, and there's like a specific version in this movie even that was like, we found it right away. Because the thing about shooting chronologically ordered is that it's a constant evolution of creativity. It's like painting a picture, and because I'm not interested in the result, I'm interested in the process, because that's where you live. And that journey together is very intense. And then we fine cut the movie this time back in Copenhagen. Then Matt comes to Copenhagen, and then we get into post-production. And then Matt basically comes in with the grading system because I'm colorblind. So Matt knows what I like, but I can't verbalize that because I can't see it. So Matt knows to speak to the post-production people, and this is what they have to do so I can see it, and then I'll say, I like that, okay, that's good. So he filters, I go through him explaining it, and then when we get to the mix, he becomes with me on that, and we kind of finalize the film together, and then he basically goes and does all the annoying post-production work of looking at various small fucking computer printouts to make sure all the technicality is important. That's how much we are connected. And Cliff is very much part of that process because we start together from the beginning. And in terms of the music, both Matt and I love music, we love all kinds of music, and I may be using a different source of music when I make the movie, but the idea of the melodrama and the kind of Herman-esque or noir melodrama-esque 50s music was just like, that would be a way into this film. And once that was it was so easy to cut it. And then the trick was just, we're gonna show it to Cliff now, and then he was like, what? My goodness. And at the same time, it was like, but can you now do this and take it to a whole new universe?
Just like he said.
Question here, Rodrigo Fonseca, TV Globo Brazil, wonderful film. Nicholas, could you tell us a few words about Ruby? She's a wonderful character, I'd like to hear about that. And also, was Brian De Palma an influence to this film? Because it reminded me a lot of Dressing to Kill.
Well, I love Brian De Palma. Who doesn't love Brian De Palma? And regarding the Ruby character, see, originally the film I had was designed around Jesse and Ruby. And that was for a long time its process of being made. And then I decided to split Ruby into 3 characters, and then Jesse still. And then as I started shooting, I was like, I'm actually more interested in Ruby again. So those 3 characters went back and became that one character. But the whole process of creating Ruby was a lot to do with Jenna Malone. Jenna Malone, who is just like, beyond acting, came to a casting, she nailed it right away with Elle, and we were just like, can you please not leave the room and take the part, and how do I call your agent? And then it was very much like, she was the biggest question mark in terms of the script of what was this character going to become. And where the other ones were more defined, and oddly enough, by a blessing, the only scene I couldn't shoot in chronological order was the morgue scene, which I'm sure you've all seen. And so I was pretty annoyed and frustrated because how does this fit into the story? I don't even know yet, I'm not there yet, but because we were shooting a little bit as always, and I wanted to shoot in the real LA morgue, the LA Cemetery morgue, so there were dead bodies next to us to build up the mood. Yeah, I'm talking about. And we actually had to sign a paper saying if somebody died, we had to leave because they were coming with a body. So on this, in this room where all this death had been, it was like, okay, Jenna, so you're Jenna, right? Yeah, okay, so Jenna, can you, okay, so you're gonna take the blanket off, she's gonna be doing it, and then you're gonna kiss. And then, whatever you feel like, and then, you know, it's a little uncomfortable talking, you know, about these things with an actress and then somebody lying nude on an X-rated movie star lying on a something metal. And Jennifer was like, okay, all right, okay. And then we started shooting, me and Natasha. Natasha, who shot the movie, the photographer, she's sitting over there. She's fucking, I mean, look, she is a blessing to this film and very much integrated in the look of the film. And it shows that if you work with women, you get better results. Now, so Jen Malone, action starts, you know, and I have to kind of talk her through what I would like. So she's like, just talk me through it. And I go like, okay, Jenna, can you spit in her mouth? She spits. Okay, great. Okay, can you stick your tongue in her mouth? Stick your tongue. Okay, that's great. Can you let your hand slide down between her legs? I mean, like, I can't even say those things. Can you slide between her legs? Her hand slide down between her legs. Okay, that's great. Can I get more saliva when you spit on her? Okay. Kiss. Now on the nipples. Yes, kiss the nipples a lot. Spit on the nipples, kiss the nipples, and it kind of just like escalated into this kind of really intense necrophilia scene that was shot like 3 or 4 times with all these other women in the room. And after that, and this was the second day, I was like, we found her. We found the character. Now go with God.
Over there.
Hello, Catherine Jordan from The Guardian. Congratulations on the film. It's a question for Nicholas. I wonder, following on from that really, if you think there's something inherently, I forgot the word. What is it when you sleep with dead people? If there's something inherently necrophiliac about today's society, and also whether or not you can always tell when somebody's had surgery.
Well, I guess we were in a room last night where there was a lot of plastic surgery at Amphar. So it was pretty easy to see who was who. We were the normal couple. There is something very interesting about the digital revolution becoming a reality, where death and beauty is combined because it's artificial. Because of the digital revolution, you can alter the look. So what you're seeing is unreality. That means it's dead. And that was very much the essence of the film, was that death and beauty has been now become one because of the digital revolution has, and is in the process of creating an alternate universe that my children, their children, will almost live within as if it was a real world, because those things will just more and more become integrated in how we live our daily lives. So the necrophilia scene became very much kind of like the essence of the film, that, you know, beauty and death is just, there's nothing in it except it's the end of the line. And there's something very tragic about even the Ruby character. But I think that's one of the interesting and dangerous possibilities of this alternate world that is becoming, in many ways, the real world for our children. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because it's not going to go back. We're not going to reverse the wheel. It's just going to get more and more. So as a metaphor, you're probably spot on, that very much that was partly what the film is also about.
Question over here.
Yeah, this is Jan Furke from Aftenposten in Oslo. You're referring to yourself as the Sex Pistol of film. What do you mean by that? And also, is it? Do you have some kind of a national competition with your countryman Lars von Trier, you know, on how to persuade your actors to do the most extreme things?
Well, you're from Norway. Okay, so well, look, Lars, done a lot of drugs, you know, over the hill. So you got that answer. And then, in terms of the Sex Pistol, baby, we're search and destroy, man. Look at those reactions you guys are all reacting from last night. That's punk rock. Fuck the establishment, youth culture. Take it or leave it, but you cannot deny it. That's Search and Destroy. We passed through Iggy Pop on the way to the tech rehearsal last night. It was like, we're passing a trophy, pal. What were your other question again?
About who's competing with whom to get.
Look, the last thing I saw Logs do was trying to, tell my wife he wanted to have sex with her. She took the fuck off.
Question over there.
So you found some other slut.
I'm from TV2 Denmark. My name is Ole Kost. I would like to ask Nicholas, reading the reviews today, I think it is a split decision. How does it influence on you? Will it spoil your day today?
If I don't split, what are we doing here? Art is not about good or bad, guys. It's those days are over. The internet has changed, so film as an art form is about an experience. Good or bad is your Chinese food or your pepper steak at whatever French bistro you had last night. Creativity is about reactions. And reactions is the essence of an experience. The essence of an experience is planting thought. If you don't react, what are you doing here? Why would you waste your time here? There's so many other things in life that are worth doing than watching a movie or a TV show just to consume time. That's dumb. Go do something else. Living is creativity. And all my films has always done that. Even before I got embraced and came here showing my films at this, which is the mecca of cinema. I mean, I'm so this the best place to show a movie. But it's like, whatever you got, I'll tear it down and I'll give you something else instead. And that is an important thing, because I want my children to have the same attitude. Integrity, take no prisoners, whatever you want to call it. Don't compromise on life or anything, because that's where you feel life. And I think it's an important thing to get across to all those teenagers out there that was like me. Or Elle, who just turned 18.
And on that note, I'm afraid our time is up. Thank you very much for taking me here.